Hi everybody. Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive deep into the whirlwind of drama unfolding in Port Charles over the next 2 weeks, from June 30th to July 11th. Buckle up, because Sonny Corinthos is at the center of a storm of chaos, with fires both literal and metaphorical threatening to engulf his world. From explosive confrontations to shocking betrayals, mysterious returns, and wedding bells tinged with uncertainty, there's no shortage of jaw-dropping moments to unpack. Let's explore the intricate web of relationships, revenge, and secrets that will keep us on the edge of our seats. Sonny Corinthos faces a firestorm of challenges. Sonny Corinthos, the undisputed kingpin of Port Charles, finds himself wrestling with multiple crises that test his resolve like never before. Not only does he have to deal with the audacious Natalia Ramirez, who dared to disrupt the sacred family christening, but a catastrophic fire at Charlie's pub looms on the horizon, threatening everything he holds dear. This isn't just a random act of vandalism, it's a calculated attack that sends shockwaves through the Corinthos family. As the flames rage during the week of June 30th to July 4th, Sonny's protective instincts kick into overdrive. He's not just fighting to save his familiars on a warpath to uncover the mastermind behind this dangerous plot. With whispers of revenge echoing through the streets, Sonny's determination to protect his loved ones will lead to a showdown that could change the power dynamics in Port Charles forever. Christina's perilous encounter and family fallout. The heart-stopping drama at Charlie's pub places Christina Corinthos Davis in grave danger as the inferno threatens her safety. The fire, deliberately set by an unknown assailant, leaves her family reeling with fear. Molly Lansing Davis is initially gripped by panic when she receives chilling updates about the incident, her mind racing with worst-case scenarios. However, relief washes over her when she learns Christina escapes the blaze unscathed, though emotionally shaken. This terrifying event pulls the family closer together, but it also sparks suspicion and paranoia. Could this be a personal vendetta against the Corinthos name? As Molly processes the trauma, her resolve to protect her sister strengthens, setting the stage for potential alliance or confrontations. The line. Anna and Chase launch a high-stakes investigation. The fiery disaster at Charlie's pub doesn't go unnoticed by Port Charles' finest. Anna Devane and Harrison Chase waste no time rushing to the scene, their instincts as investigators kicking in immediately. The charred remains of the pub aren't just a crime scene or a puzzle that must be solved before more lives are endangered. As they sift through the ashes for clues, speculation mounts about who could be responsible. The name Jen Sidwell surfaces almost instantly, with fingers pointing in his direction as the likely orchestrator of this vicious attack. Anna and Chase's determination to bring the culprit to justice is palpable, but will their investigation unearth more than they bargained for? The deeper they dig, the more dangerous secrets they might uncover, putting their own safety at risk in this high-stakes game of cat and mouse. Alexis Davis' fury and Sonny's vow of vengeance. While Anna and Chase pursue leads, Alexis Davis takes matters into her own hands with a fiery confrontation at Windermere. Her anger over the pub fire and the threat to her family drives her to seek answers, and perhaps justice, in her own way. Could Jen Sidwell be the target of her wrath, or is there another player in this deadly game she's determined to unmask? Meanwhile, Sonny Corinthos makes a solemn promise that sends a chill down the spine of anyone who dares cross him. No one attacks his family and walks away unscathed. His vow of retribution isn't just a threat, it's a guarantee that whoever is behind this will pay dearly. Sonny's dark resolve hints at a brewing storm, one that could engulf not just his enemies but also those closest to him. Tracy Quartermain's scheming and Drew Kane's potential downfall. Amidst the chaos, Tracy Quartermain is quietly plotting her next move, her sharp mind always several steps ahead of her adversaries. Her latest scheme seems to target Drew Kane, whose past missteps make him a vulnerable pawn in her game. Could Tracy be orchestrating a major downfall for Drew, one that might shatter his reputation and relationships beyond repair? The tension between these two power players is electric, with every calculated move hinting at a larger battle for control. As Tracy lays her traps, Drew's future hangs in the balance. Will he see the danger coming, or will he fall victim to her cunning once again? Young hearts and new boundaries. On a different front, the younger generation of Port Charles navigates their own tangled web of emotions and secrets. Giovanni Joe Palmieri finds a confidant in Emma Scorpio Drake, sharing his deepest fears and hopes in a rare moment of vulnerability. Meanwhile, Jocelyn Jax grapples with new restrictions imposed by Jack Brennan, forcing her to adapt to boundaries that test her patience. However, Jocelyn isn't one to stay silent for long. She uncovers intriguing information about the enigmatic Professor Henry Hank Dalton, a revelation that could ripple through multiple storylines. As she prepares to share her findings, the question remains, will this discovery bring her closer to danger or truth? Protecting the next generation. The fallout from Christina's close call reverberates through the Corinthos and Morgan families, prompting Dante Falconeri and Jason Morgan to strategize on how to safeguard their children. Rocco Falconeri and Danny Morgan. Their late-night discussions are filled with concern and determination, as they weigh every possible threat in a town where danger lurks around every corner. Their protective instincts clash with the harsh realities of their world. Can they truly shield their loved ones from the shadows of their past? This subplot underscores the eternal conflict between love and legacy in Port Charles, where family ties are both a strength and a vulnerability. Trina's warning and Michael's disturbing discovery. Elsewhere, Trina Robinson issues a stern warning to Kai Taylor, her tone laced with urgency. Is she cautioning him against revealing sensitive information about Curtis Ashford's secretive Jacinda plan to Drew Kane? Kai's response here lacked their off-cooled signal whether he's already betrayed her trust or if he's playing a more dangerous game of deception. At the same time, Michael Corinthos experiences a troubling moment while taking young Wiley to the local pool. What begins as a carefree outing turns unsettling, leaving Michael shaken and on edge. As Willow Tate approaches to comfort Wiley, the incident raises questions about whether this is a random occurrence or a warning sign of deeper trouble brewing for the family. Wedding plans and potential disaster. As the calendar flips to the week of July 7th to 11th, wedding plans for Willow Tate and Drew Kane accelerate at a dizzying pace, especially after an encore episode on July. Hello guys. Michael's growing distance only fuels Willow's determination to prove their stability as a couple to the court, pushing their nuptials forward with unwavering resolve. However, not everyone is on board with this union. Nina Reeves continues her desperate attempts to slow things down, haunted by past entanglements with Drew that threaten to resurface. Will Nina's secrets or Tracy's interference settle the ceremony at the last moment? The possibility of a dramatic interruption looms large, ensuring that this wedding will be anything but predictable. Kelly Thiebaud's return and mysterious twists. Adding to the excitement, Kelly Thiebaud is set to make her much-anticipated return to General Hospital this July, sparking endless speculation among fans. Whether she reprises her iconic role as Britt Westburn or introduces a new character, her comeback promises to shake up existing storylines. Could Britt miraculously return from the dead, or might the show explore a futuristic twist with a clone narrative? Subtle hints in the episodes leading up to her appearance will likely fuel theories, especially as Jocelyn Jax and Jason Morgan delve deeper into their investigation of Professor Dalton. Their research at a shadowy lab could unearth Brit-related revelations, setting the stage for a mind-bending arc that blends science and emotion. Emma's deception and Vaughn's hidden agenda. Finally, Emma Scorpio Drake finds herself ensnared in a web of deceit orchestrated by the mysterious Vaughn. What begins as an innocent encounter with a lost dog in the park soon reveals itself as a calculated setup. Vaughn, potentially the pet's owner, might be using this ruse to distract Emma from her own plans involving Professor Dalton. As she falls deeper into his trap, the stakes grow higher. Will Emma recognize the danger before it's too late, or will Vaughn's manipulations lead her straight into harm's way? This subplot adds another layer of intrigue to an already complex tapestry of secrets. Next, we will explore a deeply emotional and controversial storyline unfolding in Port Charles, centered on Sasha Gilmore and her complicated decision to limit Michael Corinthos' role as a father to their daughter, Daisy. This heart-wrenching saga is brimming with tension, unresolved feelings, and a tug-of-war over parental rights that has fans buzzing with opinions. We're diving into the reasons behind Sasha's stance, the implications for the Corinthos and Quartermain families, and what the future might hold for little Daisy in a town where drama never sleeps. Let's unpack this intricate web of family dynamics, personal struggles, and speculative twists that could change everything. Sasha's reluctance to share parenthood with Michael. At the heart of this storyline lies a perplexing decision by Sasha Gilmore, who appears resolute in keeping her ex, Michael Corinthos, at arm's length when it comes to parenting their daughter, Daisy. Despite Michael's evident desire to be a hands-on father, Sasha has drawn a firm line, seemingly unwilling to allow him a significant presence in Daisy's day-to-day life. This stance baffles many in Port Charles, as there's no apparent reason that past behavior or current circumstance where Michael shouldn't play an active role. Adding to the confusion, Sasha also seems content with Daisy being distanced from her half-siblings, Wiley and Amelia, which raises questions about her vision for her daughter's family connections. Is this a protective instinct gone too far, or does Sasha harbor deeper and spoken fears about Michael's influence? Her decision casts a shadow over what could be a united family front, leaving everyone wondering if there's more to her story than meets the eye. The emotional disconnect between siblings. The ripple effects of Sasha's choice extend beyond just her relationship with Michael, creating a noticeable divide among the younger generation of the Corinthos clan. Daisy, still so young and unaware of the complexities around her, risks growing up without the warmth and camaraderie of her siblings, Wiley and Amelia. This separation feels particularly jarring to longtime fans who have watched the Corinthos family weather countless storms together. Sasha's apparent indifference to fostering these sibling bonds adds another layer of mystery to her motivations. Could she fear that closer ties to Michael's other children might dilute her authority over Daisy's upbringing, or is this a reflection of her own unresolved trauma from past losses? The emotional stakes are high, and the potential for a fragmented family looms large, leaving viewers aching for a resolution that might bring these young hearts together under one roof. Fan reactions and speculative theories. As expected, the Port Charles fanbase has erupted with opinions on social media, dissecting every angle of Sasha's controversial stance. Many believe that Michael's innate devotion as a father will eventually break through Sasha's barriers, with some predicting a dramatic turn of events that could force his involvement. One chilling theory circulating online suggests that Sasha might meet a tragic fate, perhaps at the hands of a dangerous figure like Jen Sidwell or through a freak accident, living Michael as Daisy's sole guardian. Such a twist would not only upend the current dynamic but also thrust Michael into a role he's been denied thus far. Other fans point out that Sasha has expressed a desire for Daisy to know her father and interact with her siblings. Yet she insists on maintaining complete control over legal and decision-making aspects of parenting. This dichotomy fuels heated discussions about whether her actions stem from a need for autonomy or a deeper mistrust of Michael's intentions. Unpacking Sasha's need for control. Diving deeper into Sasha's mindset, it becomes clear that her reluctance isn't necessarily about cutting Michael or his children out of Daisy's life entirely. Instead, her focus appears to be on retaining full legal authority over her daughter's upbringing, ensuring that every major decision about education, healthcare, or future guardianship rests solely in her hands. This need for control might be rooted in her tumultuous past, including the heartbreak of losing loved ones and the manipulation she endured during her darkest days. By keeping Michael at a distance in terms of legal rights, Sasha may feel she's safeguarding Daisy from the chaos that often accompanies the Corinthos name. However, this raises a poignant question: is her protective shield truly in Daisy's best interest? Or is it a barrier preventing the child from experiencing the full scope of her father's love and support? The emotional weight of this conflict is palpable, as Sasha wrestles with her demons while navigating motherhood in the spotlight of Port Charles. The Quartermain influence, a double-edged sword. Another perplexing aspect of Sasha's situation is her continued residence and employment within the Quartermain sphere, despite her apparent desire to shield Daisy from external influences. Fans have been quick to point out the inconsistency. Sasha is so intent on maintaining independence from familial pressures, why remain in an environment where the Quartermain legacy looms large? Living and working among them inevitably exposes Daisy to their world, whether through casual interactions or the ever-present undercurrents of power plays. Perhaps Sasha sees this as a necessary compromise, gaining financial stability and a semblance of community while still asserting her dominance over Daisy's future. Or could there be a hidden agenda at play, where Sasha is biding her time to leverage the Quartermain resources for her own purposes? This paradox adds a layer of intrigue to her character, making her decisions both frustrating and fascinating to unravel. Michael's struggle and future possibilities. For Michael Corinthos, this situation is a heartbreaking test of patience and resolve. Known for his unwavering commitment to family, being sidelined in Daisy's life must cut deep, especially given his active role in raising Wiley and Amelia. The emotional toll of watching from afar as his daughter grows up is evident, and fans speculate that Michael might soon reach a breaking point. Will he quietly abide by Sasha's rules, hoping for a gradual change of heart, or will he take legal action to secure his rights as a father? Some viewers imagine a scenario where unforeseen circumstance first a health scare for Sasha or a crisis involving Daisy force Michael to step in, proving his worth as a parent. Others wonder if a reconciliation between the exes could be on the horizon, sparked by a shared moment of vulnerability that reminds them of the love they once had. Whatever path lies ahead, Michael's journey is sure to be fraught with emotional highs and lows as he fights for a place in his daughter's life. What lies ahead for Daisy and the Corinthos family? Looking to the future, the storyline surrounding Daisy promises to be a roller coaster of emotions and unexpected turns. If Sasha remains steadfast in her position, the divide between her and Michael could widen, potentially leading to a custody battle that would shake the foundations of their social circle. Alternatively, a tragedy or external threat such as the looming danger of figures like Sidwell might force them to unite for Daisy's safety, rekindling old bonds in the process. There's also the possibility of other family members, like Sonny Corinthos or Carly Spencer, stepping in to mediate, adding their own perspectives to an already complex situation. As for Daisy herself, her innocence amidst this adult conflict is a poignant reminder of what's truly at stake. Will she grow up knowing the full extent of her father's love, or will the shadows of Port Charles' drama keep her family fragmented? Next, we will delve into the mounting frustration surrounding one of Port Charles' most beloved characters, Dante Falconeri, whose recent behavior on General Hospital has sparked a firestorm of debate among fans. Viewers are growing weary of his constant complaints and aggressive outbursts, which seem to overshadow the calm and wise persona we once knew. From his unfair treatment of Joe to concerns about his influence on young Rocco, Dante's current trajectory has left many questioning his actions and the direction of his character. Join us as we explore the depth of this controversy, unpack the fan reactions, and speculate on what might be next for Dante in a town where tensions always run high. Dante's downward spiral, a wave of complaints. Dante Falconeri, once a pillar of strength and reason in Port Charles, has become a source of exasperation for General Hospital viewers due to his incessant grumbling about nearly every aspect of his life. Whether it's personal struggles or professional setbacks, Dante seems to find fault in everything, casting a shadow over his interactions with family and friends. This shift in demeanor has transformed him from a steady, reliable figure into someone whose negativity is hard to ignore. Fans who once cheered for his level-headed approach now find themselves tuning into yet another episode of his discontent, wondering if there's an underlying cause for this change, perhaps unresolved trauma from past incidents like his shooting or the weight of family expectations. Whatever the reason, the consensus is clear: Dante's relentless complaints are wearing thin, and viewers are craving a return to the man they admired. Unfair aggression towards Joe, a breaking point. Adding fuel to the fire of fan frustration is Dante's recent treatment of Giovanni Joe Palmieri, which many describe as unjust and overly harsh. In a particularly memorable clash, Dante unleashed his anger on Joe with an intensity that felt disproportionate, leaving a bitter taste in the mouths of those watching. This wasn't just a momentary lapse, it was a display of hostility that seemed to contradict Dante's history of fairness. What's more, after this aggressive encounter stemming from an incident involving Rocco's well-being, Dante appears to expect Joe to simply forgive and forget, hoping for reconciliation without offering a sincere apology. This lack of accountability has only deepened the divide, with many in Port Charles and beyond questioning whether Dante truly grasps the impact of his actions on the younger generation. Could this be a sign of deeper personal struggles, or has Dante lost sight of the empathy that once defined him? The ripple effect on Rocco, a troubling influence. The consequences of Dante's behavior extend beyond his immediate relationships, raising alarms about the potential impact on his son, Rocco Falconeri. Observers have noted unsettling parallels between Dante's tantrums and Rocco's recent outbursts, suggesting that the apple might not fall far from the tree. This mirroring of bad attitudes has fans worried that Dante's negativity could shape Rocco's formative years, embedding a cycle of frustration and hostility in the young boy. Imagine Rocco growing up in a household where complaints and aggression are the norm. Could this tarnish his innocent perspective on life in Port Charles? The stakes feel personal for viewers who have watched Rocco navigate his own challenges, from family drama to health scares like alcohol poisoning. The fear is that without a course correction, Dante's influence might steer Rocco down a troubling path, one that could affect his relationships with peers and family alike. A call for Dante to cool down. Amidst the growing discontent, there's a resounding plea from the general hospital community for Dante to take a step back and regain his composure before his situation spirals further out of control. The current trajectory of his character, marked by irritability and misplaced anger, risks alienating not just those around him in Port Charles but also the loyal audience that has championed him through thick and thin. A moment of self-reflection could be the key to salvaging his relationships, particularly with Joe and Rocco, and restoring faith in his ability to be the voice of reason once more. Perhaps a heartfelt conversation with someone like Lulu Spencer, if she were to awaken from her coma, or even a candid chat with his father, Sonny Corinthos, could help Dante confront the root of his unrest. Until then, the call for him to chill echoes loudly, as fans hope for a turning point that brings back the Dante they know and love. Fan backlash and disappointment voices from the internet. As expected, the online world of General Hospital fandom has exploded with reactions to Dante's recent antics, with many expressing their exasperation over his failure to make amends with Joe. One commenter lamented the absence of a direct apology following Dante's harsh words after Rocco's alcohol poisoning incident, noting that while he acknowledged his overreaction to Brooklyn Quartermain, he has yet to face Joe with the same honesty. Others have voiced a profound sense of loss for the Dante they once adored, describing him as having morphed from a likable, grounded cop into a whiny, mean, and aggressive figure who no longer resonates with them. A particularly poignant critique highlighted the perceived shift in Dante's fundamental personality, arguing that the once calm mediator who stood as the only adult in the room during crises has been replaced by someone who screams at teenagers and indulges in childish tantrums. These passionate responses underscore a shared sentiment. Dante's current portrayal feels like a betrayal of the character's core essence. A friendship lost, reflections on Dante and Chase. Among the fan discussions, a recurring theme is the stark contrast between Dante's current demeanor and his past camaraderie with Harris and Chase, a friendship that once exemplified mutual respect and shared values. Viewers recall how the pair complemented each other as partners in justice, often balancing intense situations with a blend of humor and understanding. Now, however, Dante's transformation into a figure of aggression and discontent stands in sharp relief against Chase's continued composure, leaving fans to mourn the loss of their dynamic. Could a reunion or a joint case force Dante to see the error of his ways through Chase's steadfast example? Some speculate that a storyline involving a shared mission, perhaps investigating a new threat in Port Charles, might rekindle their bond and prompt Dante to reflect on how far he's strayed from the man Chase once knew. Until such a plot unfolds, the memory of their friendship serves as a painful reminder of what Dante has seemingly abandoned. Character consistency under scrutiny, a broader trend. Beyond individual grievances, a subset of fans has raised broader concerns about the direction of Dante's arc, suggesting that this shift in personality reflects a troubling pattern of inconsistent character development on General Hospital. Critics argue that transforming a historically wise and measured character like Dante into an erratic, temperamental figure feels like a departure too drastic to accept. This isn't just about one man's bad behavior, it's about the integrity of storytelling and the risk of alienating viewers who invest emotionally in characters over years. Some wonder if unseen pressures, like those from the writer's room or overarching plot demands, are driving these changes, perhaps to create conflict for upcoming sweeps. Others fear that without a compelling explanation, that a hidden mental health struggle or a past trauma resurfacing, this transformation will remain a sore spot, emblematic of a show losing touch with its roots. The debate continues, but the hope for a narrative that justifies or redeems this shift burns bright. What's next for Dante, redemption or ruin? Looking ahead, the future of Dante Falconeri hangs in a delicate balance, with fans speculating on whether he'll find a path to redemption or continue down a road of ruin. A potential storyline could involve a major crisis, perhaps a danger to Rocco or a rekindled threat from Jen Sidwell that forces Dante to confront his shortcomings and prioritize family over frustration. Alternatively, a heartfelt apology to Joe, coupled with counseling or support from someone like Ina Devane, might offer a way to rebuild trust and restore his image. There's also the possibility that the writers are setting Dante up for a dramatic fall, where his attitude leads to irreversible consequences, alienating even his closest allies. Whatever direction the story takes, the stakes are personal for fans who still hold out hope for the Dante of old, a man of wisdom, compassion, and quiet strength who can reclaim his place as a cornerstone of Port Charles. There you have it, dear General Hospital enthusiasts, a thorough exploration of the growing discontent surrounding Dante Falcone's recent behavior. From his endless complaints to his troubling influence on Rocco and the passionate outcry from fans, this storyline is a lightning rod of emotion. What do you think? Can Dante turn things around, or has he strayed too far from the character we loved? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below, and stay tuned to our channel for more updates on the ever-unfolding drama in Port Charles.